Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by BlackRifleCoffee.com.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm so excited Ross Patterson isn't on this one because then I can talk.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Are you going to be? Are you head of sponsors today?
Oh, God. No, we're going to have
collectively.
Ross.
Collectively, do you think we can do it?
No, I don't
Ross-
think we can. Can we just we can just put those in?
Yeah, Ross is going to record them.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Just throw them at the end or something.
How's everybody doing? I spent the last 2 hours getting punched in the face. It's fun. And then I had a...
I was at dance class.
What just happened right there?
What kind of dance class?
Evan is literally just shaking his head over there like
It's a little
God.
it's a little salsa and some other stuff.
Wait, do that wrist thing again.
What thing?
It's a little salsa.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, you actually did.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
You're being videotaped too, so
Yeah,
it'll end
it's
up
all
on the
it's all on the
internet.
record.
Yeah.
There are days.
What's
Note
wrong
to
with
self out
dance
there.
class?
Note
What?
to self.
What's wrong with dance class?
It's sometimes there are days that I wish that we weren't friends. You know?
I love the way this is starting.
Dude.
Yes.
This is why
Best
This is
podcast
why
ever.
I do this.
Somebody else is gonna get roasted all day.
This is why I love Bert
Yes.
Koontz. And can you make sure the camera's on me?
Oh, come on,
Come
man.
on, dude. Look how hot Bert Koontz
Yeah.
is with this gym selfie.
Note to self: don't ever send
You-
Matt
but
a gym selfie.
Hold it
Look,
closer.
that's
Hold it closer,
private.
or hold it further away.
Okay, here?
There. Yeah, there.
Look
you
at
go.
that perk
Yeah.
in the butt, dude. You got
That's
some junk in the
private.
trunk.
I
That's
made my drink a little
like
strong.
You know,
you squat.
my wife is gonna see this and go, "You didn't send me a fucking gym selfie, but you can send one to Matt Best Official."
Yes.
Fuck you.
That's exactly what you
That
can
doesn't
do.
Have we
sound like
added
him.
another
Hold on.
word to his
She's a
name?
very sweet woman.
I sent
She
you
would not say that.
I sent you back a selfie myself. And your wife is awesome. No, not now, but earlier at the gym. You
I
can
know.
show it.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna.
It's not that
I'm gonna
cool.
Put
I
your
will say
selfie
this.
on
I will
camera.
say this about your wife. She calls me. I mean, obviously she's the chief of staff, so she calls me on a regular basis, and then she is one-upping me on when it comes to this. She's like, "Hello, Evan."
She's got the voice down.
And I'm like, "That's mine. You can't take that
You
from
can't
me.
take the.
That is
hello.
mine."
Where's the camera at, Dave?
It's
Here, I'll
yeah,
show
right
it.
there.
By the
Right
way,
there.
for you guys
Just
that
hold
don't
it up.
know,
Look, Bert,
Dave.
it's right
Dave
there.
works the magic behind the scenes here, and he's a phenomenal human being.
I know.
he's
If you,
great.
yeah,
Well,
if
he's
you,
okay.
if you
He's a
guys
guy.
want to say hi to
He's
Dave,
a
it's just
person.
Dave at BlackRifleCoffee.com.
Yeah.
Selfie.
Just
He's
say hi
a
to
good
Dave.
he's a good button pusher, you know?
Yeah.
You're pretty much the equivalent of a modern day DJ. You don't do anything other than press a button, Dave.
Ooh.
I'm totally
Dave.
kidding.
What about all that editing?
I'm kidding. He edits all this stuff. He makes sure he right here he gives me lines.
He's punching out the stories
Yeah.
now. These are great.
But Evan, it's a perfect thing to understand is how much your general mannerisms, whether they're verbal or physical, impact
wanna
the community and trickle down to the lowest level. Because everybody, to include me, goes, "Oh, hello, Evan."
Yeah.
We've stole it. We've all stole it.
Yeah.
Still it.
That's great.
But I love it because as I walk through the hall, I'm always like, "Hello, Franklin."
Which
Hello,
is what
Matthew.
we need
Hello.
Evan to be supreme leader of Black Rifle Coffee.
Supreme
Fuck
leader.
Do I
CEO,
stand
supreme.
up? Do we need to stand up
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you say
that's
that?
Oh,
You do so well.
Oh,
You do
sorry.
so well,
Can,
Rasta.
can you tell us a joke?
No.
He's so funny. He's so funny. Great leader.
Which is pretty cool because he actually said we're gonna have a military parade in front of Black Rifle.
Yeah,
Every
we're gonna
morning.
be all the
dress right
roasters.
dress. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome.
Have a
The
marching
bagging
in front of the building.
machines,
Yeah.
like
Oh, that would be great. A couple
Coming up
We could
forklifts.
demonstrate our
couple of
power to other roasters.
forklifts with pallets of beans on them.
why don't we
Yes.
bring that back? What company shows off their like
Like
Yeah.
the
their
roasters,
assets?
the assets?
Yeah,
Then you have the marching formation of the baggers and
yeah.
the fulfillment. and it's
Everybody's
just-
wearing shirts that say bagger. Like,
yeah, brew crew on
Yeah,
the back.
brew-
Yes,
crew.
everybody's out in formation, stretching before we start the day with music playing.
Rifle PT?
Yes.
But we do coffee PT. So it's like I used to do the rifle PT, but it's with bags of coffee.
Bags of
5-pound bags of
coffee.
coffee.
Or the 120s too, because
Yeah.
we got the
Oh, the
The
big
beans,
ones.
green
yeah,
beans.
green beans. for
yeah, that's
days.
it. You've got Franklin and you've
Love
got
it.
other everybody with a giant bag of green beans like marching. And
Yeah.
it's
We can
great.
turn the silver building back there into a work camp for people that don't do well.
Yeah.
Oh my
Is
God.
that too much?
Maybe. This is a satire show,
We
so
going off the
sure.
rails?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think it's great. I think it's a great idea. We could do a lot with that.
I'm all about it out front. That's like who's done that? No one's done that.
No, and we could intimidate other coffee
Yeah.
companies by doing that.
Yeah,
we could
yeah.
just show them our
We
power.
show them the force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because essentially a lot of the other coffee companies in our space are using resources from a bigger entity, right? So it would essentially
The
be like
whole content marketing
right, the
department is marching with cameras
yeah,
and
like
lights.
because
and
like the
everything.
Russians are, you know, certain aspects
Richard
of the
Ryan could contract somebody to fill in his slot. Right?
But does that make sense? Like the Syrians, there's certain factions that get support from the Russians. Like that's what the other coffee companies are. They're getting exterior support with their roaster. So we're showing
They're just
this
a
is
name.
this is in-house firepower,
Just a
motherfucker.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're a country.
So what is the thing that you posted this morning? I know it said S7 on it. But
Yeah, so it's a Stronghold S7 Pro. That is like the premier sample roaster. So I've been working on it all day with Edwin. It's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, it's completely automated. It has a vertical drum. It has 3 forms of heat. You can pre-program roast profiles. Edwin and I are looking for something, so we're chasing a white whale, and I'm hoping to harpoon it relatively
Yeah, I saw that on
soon.
your story this morning.
Yeah,
I know what that white whale is
Yeah.
too, but we won't say it, and I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I'm
You did
chasing
something.
it.
You did something to your Instagram, so I can't watch your stories.
yeah. Well, I blocked you. Like that's I didn't do something. I
is
blocked
mean.
you. I told you that.
He's mean. He's
God.
mean, this guy.
He's mean to
The
me.
Supreme
Dude.
Leader doesn't like JT.
Has anybody
He
else?
chooses who he's going to be mean to by like a 3-day increment, though.
True.
true.
Right now, it might be back on me. 4 days ago, it was Logan, and it's always Richard.
That's the only reason I try to perform as a business partner, because I don't really get the mean side of Evan. So it's like I always want to be up here. So I don't like.
You've never got any mean from him.
Yeah, it's because I work.
Yep. That's how you can summarize that.
So have you guys been watching JT's wrap-up show?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
Yeah.
check this out. I had a fucking revelation today. It's the modern day TRL.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like the music, the way you guys act with the backwards hats, and it's like you're
What is-
stuck in
what's
2003.
TRL?
Carson Daly, remember they used to do the
Remember?
countdown
Yeah.
of the songs.
Total Request Live.
No clue.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I'm
Well,
with
you're
you.
a country boy.
I'm with
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You were busy doing stuff. You were.
It's just
you were
it was like
older.
when the emo scene on was like Green Day and Sum 41
year
and
was
Blink
this?
182.
2000.
Yeah.
Like 98 to
So essentially,
2002.
he is replicating what we've always known about Jared. It's 1999 to 2004. That's where he
we
wants
have
to
good-
sit.
what is the
we have-
wrap-up
We
show?
have good news from
What's up?
it.
Yeah,
you
what's
know?
the wrap-up show?
We just every Friday on the Drinkin Bros podcast.
Oh,
Facebook
the thing that
page.
looks like Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
That Nickelodeon
Got it.
TRL.
I know what you're
yeah.
talking
What
about.
about
got
this?
Sorry.
You know what I was going for though? The soup. Which
Okay.
I'm gonna try and write it a little bit better to be like the soup, where there's more off-camera jokes, like to us, like Dave's yelling at us.
You
or
mean
I'm
like the
yelling
stuff
at
I did
Evan.
on my Facebook 2 years ago?
Is it- I don't remember us yelling off camera.
No, remember when? No, but it's the same thing when like, who was the guy that AD'd the AK-47 back in the day? The firearms instructor.
but Haley, right?
Yeah, Travis Haley or whatever.
yeah.
But remember when I did it was like Valentine's Day and I'd talk to the camera and be like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
Travis,
yeah,
hold my
yeah,
gun.
yeah.
Ow. And you're like, my bad.
Yep.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, it's,
I love that- I love
if you
that
can
style.
smash the soup in with like Daniel Tosh's show,
Yeah.
Tosh.0, like
Nickelodeon.
that's where we're going. I've got to relearn a lot of editing.
You
for
should
that.
slime Heather. That's where you're headed.
Yeah.
You know, like dump
yeah.
some
That's
slime.
actually
on
No,
it.
what's
really
the
good
comedian
idea.
that hit the watermelons? You should just put her
Yeah,
head
Gallagher.
there. and hit that.
We've got him.
Gallagher.
Evan Service. We got him.
Got
Yeah,
it.
he does look like
that
Gallagher.
guy.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to do his Gallagher skit with Evan Service, who runs part of the fulfillment operations.
And he's
for-
an incredible BMX rider, by the way.
Is he really
actually-
good?
Yeah,
oh my
he's
gosh.
actually
Have you
really
You've
good.
never seen any of his videos?
No.
You got to follow him on Instagram.
Oh,
He
he
makes
showed me one.
sick.
I don't know
he
what
is
his,
incredible.
You know what we
man.
should say to Evan too, and we won't get into specifics, but thank you, Evan, because that dude has been enduring
He is awesome.
a terrible part of a working relationship with our company that is these guys suck, and he's had to endure it. So thanks, Evan.
His
Thanks, shit.
his Instagram is eService.
E
The letter
service.
Service. ESERVICE.
Is it all BMX stuff?
Well, I don't. It's BMX, but then it's also that parkour stuff, but with a bike.
Yeah.
I don't. What is it called?
That's-
Bikecore.
That's just called BMX thing, like freestyle BMX.
Yeah,
Like
that's
Jared
what it is.
probably knows.
Riding on rails and
Jared
doing
probably
like
knows
triple
him.
backflips
Yeah.
and
Dude, I had no idea. He's
Down
never
Does he do
said
this
anything
stuff
that
where
he's
he like
good.
sticks his foot in the
He's
front
really
and
good.
spins it around?
Yes.
That stuff's cool.
like he's
Yeah.
legit.
He's super
no big
legit.
deal. I landed. I thought it was a 360 flip, but I tried.
It is. That's the same thing. It's
Okay.
two names for the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tray flip.
I'm pretty impressed. That
Free flip.
15 years I haven't touched a skateboard. That was the fifth attempt.
It was
It's
it was
Bill
really good.
or William. They mean the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. It's the same thing. Like
Which I've never
Got it.
understood.
nobody. I was talking to Dave about this the other day. You will scoff at this, but to make a skate video now would probably be the easiest fucking thing on earth. Like,
Why is that?
I just mean editing from an editing perspective.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're editing a trick. Like there's no.
Don't act like I don't, man. I don't. Just because I wear cowboy boots doesn't mean I didn't have a Powell Peralta board and didn't tear it up.
What
I
kind
watched
of trucks?
Rad and
What kind of trucks did you have?
All right,
in
I
there?
don't-
Well,
I
Rad's a
just
bike
made-
video.
I just made
Rad's a
that
bike
up.
video.
I had independent trucks.
There you
So
go.
did I.
And slime ball wheels.
There you
oh
go.
yes.
What's up?
We're just like
Yeah.
four
I
babies
was
at
a
party.
venture. I was a
Yeah.
venture guy.
I was the first
Really? What
about
person
you?
in my town to have what was called a double vision, which became the standard for skateboards because prior to that time they didn't have two curves. They
Oh
just
yeah,
the
I had
concave
a I had a
in the end.
pool. Yeah, I had a pool board.
Yeah,
because my
so-
dad, obviously.
I don't know
Taught me.
anything that you're talking about. I just throw those words out because I saw Gleaming the Cube with
That
There
was
you
one
go.
of the best
What's his
movies
name?
There
ever,
you go.
by the way.
Danny Glover. No,
And I'm gonna give
Danny
you a-
Glover narrated it.
I'm gonna give you a shout out for your buddy here soon, but I saw a couple things like let's get you off of that skinny bitch board and get a real board. I'm like, first of all, that board came from Jared's dead friend that skateboarded.
special.
Okay.
I grabbed it. I said, "Can I actually just try to do a couple tricks on this?" We did it in the hallway, and it was not planned or anything. So maybe be more.
It was
cognizant.
nice. He was,
and
he
who's your
left
friend?
it-
Let's give him a
Danny Sanchez. He
Danny
left
Sanchez.
that skateboard at my house about 3 weeks before he deployed, and 3 weeks into that trip, sadly, he was killed in action.
That's the
But-
board you were using in
And
the video.
what's
Yeah.
cool about it is he wrote his name in the grip tape in white paint pen.
Oh, that's
so
Oh,
it's
that's
like
badass.
it's not just a skateboard that he owned it. No, he branded it.
Well, hopefully,
And I have
hopefully
it.
Danny's stoked that we're still
Yes.
playing
Oh,
with him,
God.
thinking about him.
It would be funny.
Cheers
he
to
was a
Danny.
really,
Fuck
really
yeah,
funny
cheers.
dude. If he was here, he would have been in videos with us a lot. Like, cause God, that guy was hilarious.
Would he have made fun of you?
Oh yeah,
I like
all
him
the time.
already.
And he was an epic drummer too. Like
Really?
he would have been like the trifecta there in the music piece of this.
God, I love a good drummer.
Mm.
You're my little drummer boy.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, now I'm gonna go down a little dark road here.
Ooh.
A little dark road, and just bear with me, Bert. This is for you. Have you ever looked at a butthole and thought of it as a topo map?
It's a depression.
I've never looked at a.
It is a
butthole.
depression, but there's crevices
Yeah.
and there's
Like-
all these all these
Why is this directed at me?
Because you're a doctor.
yeah, you're an 18 Delta. There's
let's-
all these terrain features, you know.
Let's actually create that topo map and put it out.
just a
yeah,
butthole.
1 over 24,000
Butthole.
topo map
Yeah.
of a
See
butt.
if anybody
Yeah,
knows.
but nobody
it.
knows.
And then we'll put it on a bag. and
Oh
that'll
my
be
You know
it.
what I'm
God.
saying? Because different buttholes have different things. It's like the porn star that did the, anal stuff for 12 years. She probably has a couple little weird hills in there that are
She's got some.
some flaps of skin you don't want to party with.
No.
And then you have like the nice butthole that hasn't been used, and it's more of like a
There's a lot of
valley.
balance there.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
really
did you,
balanced.
Did you
It's
ever
nice.
hear?
Yeah.
Dan said he went to high school with a girl that had 2 buttholes, and they called her dual exhaust.
No, there's no way you have two
not-
buttholes. Are they both
was
functioning?
it was a
Not
medical
true.
condition.
This is
Are
not
they both
true.
functioning?
I don't know.
This is
He
not
just said
true.
he
No,
goes,
there's,
"Oh, this
there's
girl
double
said-"
dick guy.
Yeah.
We've
No,
talked
this
about him on
is-
the show before.
Yeah, there's
They're not
double dick
true.
dude.
No,
Have
Double
you
dick
not
dude.
seen Double Dick Dude?
No,
Dude,
not
Twitter,
I can't-
Twitter, search it.
No.
It's double dick dude.
Yeah, bring it up
Twitter.
here. Bring it up here because we can't.
Yeah,
we can't
Yeah,
put it on the
He
show.
posts a
Have
lot of
Twitter.
horrible photos.
He puts
but
them all up there.
seriously, that's quite a creative nickname for a
The
girl that has 2
beehole's a remarkable piece of machinery, though.
I don't know if you can put nudes
Just
on.
57,000 followers.
So, but he had this whole story done about him where he was
I
like,
had a TV show and only have 17,000 followers. Double Dick Dude's got 60,000 followers.
That's amazing.
but he's got 2
This is where the internet's
People
wrong.
want to know what's
is where the
going on
internet's
with double
way
dick
wrong.
dude.
This is fake.
You gotta
Here,
know.
just go to no. What? Dave, go to Google image search
This is
and just
going
type in double
south
dick dude,
fast.
and then just hit images, man, and I'm sure. See,
Oh,
see,
yeah.
see.
He's got 2 of them.
That is fake as it gets.
But there's multiple ones. You have the over under like a shotgun, and then you have side by side. It's weird.
Oh,
Anyways, there's that for your sleep tight tonight, boys.
yeah. I don't like that.
what happened? What
I
happened?
don't like that at all.
But the cool thing with that is like if your girlfriend or whoever had like a threesome fantasy, like what is it, devil's threesome, then you don't need another
What
dude.
is a
There's-
devil's
there's-
threesome?
I don't
2
know,
dudes,
I
1
don't-
chick.
Yeah, I don't know about my I don't know about continuing a relationship with somebody that really wanted a devil's threesome.
Yeah. I'm on board with
Yeah,
that.
I know
Yeah.
you
'Cause
are.
Awkward. Yeah.
and that's why I'm happily married.
Yes. Yes.
Gosh,
Gosh,
Jesus,
did we just stall out right there?
We
Is that-
did.
I don't got nothing.
Well, it's weird because you always have when we have those awkward moments. Ross is always the one that covers the white noise, and he's like,
It's normally the oh gods, you guys.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
I think once in probably the last 20 shows, we're actually drinking on a podcast.
I know. Cheers.
Well, Evan doesn't drink, but then
the
you have
weekend.
me drinking whiskey. You're drinking vodka. What are you drinking?
I am drinking Jack Daniels and AK-47 with silencer smooth.
Oh wow, nice.
yes.
yeah.
Bro,
Little-
Fit Fuel, Evan, and I didn't get into it too much, but that is my fucking jam because I know that's a roast profile you created for something else, and we ended up using it for Fit Fuel.
Yeah.
It is really
That
good.
is my, Noelle, and Logan can attest to this, but she always does this. We have our espresso machine at the house. She makes me my morning espresso. Fucking the best Americano I've ever had. I mean, it's a little edgy, but you know what you're getting because you want that kind of, in the face.
That's the Robusta. So it's,
And I-
Arabica
this,
Robusta.
this isn't a sales pitch, but just like on the Black Rifle site, I actually use Fit Fuel for my pre-workout now.
Wow.
I try to
joke.
convince
Look at
people
you
to do
guys.
that
I'm
because
trying to get up at like 4:30 in the morning to actually go to the gym in the morning because I
see,
I
great
keep
coffee,
saying,
good branding, it works.
I'm gonna
man.
go at night, and it just by the time you leave here and get home, and it's not happening.
We don't.
So
I don't feel bad about it. I drink that because I'll do pre-workout once in a while in the mornings, but then you get the beta-alanine, the creatine, like the B12. But then if I'm working out at like 5, I don't need all that shit in my body. So that's what I'll take a cup of Fit Fuel, and I'm like, yeah.
it doesn't take much either. Like half a cup of Fit Fuel. and
What's
I've-
about
just a
30,
nice little-
35% more caffeine than the average cup, probably with the Robusta.
Yeah, you're between 20 and 30% more. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you get a little bit more. I mean, it's
Delish.
twice as much. Well, Robusta is about twice as much, but we don't have as much Robusta as Arabica. And then it's also got, 2 different Arabicas in it. So
it's good.
Being a
Yeah.
part of, being a part of a coffee company is the coolest thing in the world.
I love it.
Can you
but
imagine selling anything else? Like, I like shirts, and it was awesome, and Art 15 kicks ass, and I still love what the company stands for. But just coffee, fuck me, man. It's like the coolest
I'm in the
thing
same
ever.
boat. I am so more excited now about selling coffee at Bison Union than T-shirts or hats or anything else because people fucking love it.
It's the jam.
Yeah.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
majority,
I see what you did
The
there.
majority of Americans love it,
Oh yeah.
They
Show
do.
you this.
Oh, yeah. Look
Yeah.
at that.
He just stole our branding at BRC and then
True.
put it on.
Just
Well,
like start putting-
I
Because
had
you're a
my
big-
own
you're the-
idea. He was the one that said, "Why don't you do this?"
True.
yeah.
Does everybody know Jared Taylor is the CEO, I guess, and president?
No, Danny's the
Danny's the
president.
president,
Yeah.
CEO of
Wow.
of Article 15 Clothing.
We had this conversation the other day.
What's that?
If
Oh yeah.
Evan said if something happens to him, it would be you, and then if something happened to you, it'd be JT, and the time lapse was Matt would drive the train for this.
No, I
this-
said that. I was like,
yeah.
I think I got a month of the company of solid workings, and like I won't dive the company. I necessarily won't have exponential growth in the sense of the structure and infrastructure of the business. Now branding and all that, I got that side, but yeah, I mean that's where Evan's fucking
That's
epic
pretty
at.
easy. I think you just get on this. You just get on the horse and start riding. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
honestly,
You guys
let's
are
not
just-
suck your own dick. But no one
you-
works harder than you every time, and it's like my friend frustration with you. It's
You're
just
always
the exact thing. Like I
contesting
looked
him.
through the club, and I found, and this is a direct thing with the whole company. Sometimes I found an issue that we had on the IT side. I'm like, fuck, we got to figure this out. I screenshot it. Like I was just surfing because I normally surf through all the things in the company. I screenshot it, sent to Evan, like, hey, dude. We got to fucking approach this. He's like, yeah, I found that last night. I'm like, ooh, I found it last night. Ooh, fucking.
Send it to Mud.
Yeah, but you that instead of like, damn it should be like, wow, yeah, perfect. Glad somebody is driving.
Oh, I'm not saying damn it. I'm like, I'm glad someone's
Yeah, it's
watching
like-
other than me.
like-
It's fantastic.
It's like, hey, I noticed nobody was driving. No, I'm still here. He's just behind you, like sitting down. It's on autopilot actually. Right now.
Yeah.
Just press the button and came
Yeah,
back here to
yeah,
get a
you're
cup of
fine.
coffee.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. And Candace is really just driving. And all of us are along for the ride.
See,
So
that's
the way it
where
goes.
that's where you were wrong though in your theory. You said I had 3 hours of being the CEO.
No,
3 days.
I said 3
So-
days.
Yeah.
So that's where you don't understand what I would do at that point.
What would you do?
This
Whereas
place would
within the
literally
first-
turn into Willy
No,
Wonka's
no.
coffee factory.
Within the first hour of me taking power, I would be on the phone finding the best person for that job.
Nothing.
And I honestly have a 1, 2, 3, and 4 in my head of who my phone calls would be.
No.
That would be very.
You would
Travis Pastrana.
No.
Exactly.
No,
Travis
no.
Pastrana
Watch
would
this.
be
I'll
the
get one on the
CEO of
list.
Black Rifle
You would call
Coffee
Tom
within 10
Davin.
minutes.
Well, I don't think I could get Tom Davin. Actually, my first phone call would be to Shane Beerley.
Oh. I'm just kidding. He actually runs a pretty dope company.
He has good experience. He has really good
and not
forecasting.
for
and
Shane.
he
I love Shane. I
understands-
thought there was another Shane, and
No,
I know Shane Beerley.
Shane
Yeah,
from Index.
Kydex. Yeah,
like
dope.
I would be like, I need you for a year. We'll pay you heftily. Come over here. You know how to drive.
It's good. You know, nothing says I don't want to work like finding someone to work for you. It's great.
Well, it's not that.
I'm
It's,
kidding. I would do the same
I'm
thing.
Finding an expert.
I played CEO
you
for
know?
3 years. You know, I hated it. I don't do that shit.
I don't know how to, when we did the video for Safety Brief, I don't know how to make animations. We find somebody that does.
That's something that like really this company and the growth of it is really humbled me in the sense of everybody can have a title at a certain level of a company, right? So like Art 15 back in the day, you're like, oh, CEO, president, CMO, you have those titles, but they necessarily and absolutely don't depict what the actual skill sets are for that fucking
Cleaning my
workload.
garage out today, I found 4 different business cards from Art 15 that was creative director, CMO, vice president. Like, I'm like, oh, wow, there's been
Exactly.
a lot of
But,
positions.
yeah, you can fill them up because essentially you're doing whatever. I mean, it's a bizarre thing. And I always laugh when people are like, I'm the CMO. I'm like, but are you qualified, bro?
But are you
Because
good?
I'm the first one to say.
Not are you
like,
qualified, are you good?
there's a reason I'm not the CMO of Black Rifle Coffee is because I'm not fucking qualified for it. I don't have the traditional marketing experience, and I'm trying to learn it.
Or
but
education.
and
None
I think
of us
that's
have
tough.
education.
I think that's tough for people to.
They think they can have it,
Really?
but when you sit down with these people that are 35 years in the business and they pick holes in everything that you're doing, you're like, wow, okay. But conversely, I mean, you have to have the strong brand and the strong ideas and the ideation of epic shit, and then you can have the support function of the company that will drive it forward,
Well, and we've had that conversation about Bison Union and Peacemaker. I have zero desire to be a C. After being around you guys and watching Evan work and seeing what a company really needs, it's hard to say, probably not the right guy to run my own company. And I'm not knocking myself, but at the same time, if somebody else can do that better and get in that driver's seat, it's a hard thing to turn that over, but at some point you have to. Like, I have I am not a CEO.
Well,
I'm just
that's
driven
not a
that way.
knock on
Like,
you, man. It's when you look at business and the functionality of it, it's how do you focus on your core competency, the best thing that you're at, and then hire people to do everything else. And you start to isolate in these segmented formations of the company. We're like, hey, I'm good at these skill sets. I can learn to be an operations guy, but do I want to like unfocus myself from the things that I'm great at? No, I don't. Let's hire that person like you. You're fucking brilliant in design. You're brilliant in creative and all these things. Like, why the fuck should you be running a company on the operational side? You should be focusing on creating what the brand is, the lifestyle, and making people feel that they're a part of something bigger.
Bingo.
So,
Yes, because those extra things really start to become a disease into your creativity.
Oh,
the
they're-
creativity.
Yeah.
The
That
creativity is what built, what spawned the idea and the initial push of this. But when you start diving into the drama of like employee drama,
Oh,
and,
God. And
and
that's
operations drama and everything like that, it's almost like this disease that just grabs your creativity and starts decaying it. Because your
And
mind is
honestly, we
robbed.
see a microcosm of that at Black Rifle because fortunately we have some of the fucking awesomest employees. That's not a word, but I use it for them. The best employees
fine.
ever here. And you have these, I can't imagine on like a fucking level of being $1 billion company and having 7,000 like USAA 20,000 employees manage that. No thanks.
Yeah, that's
No
that's
thanks.
a whole nother level, and that's why Evan. You never see anybody leave a conversation with Evan and when they're not cool, calm, and relaxed. Like that's why I would never be a good CEO.
'Cause
Is this thing
Supreme
gets bigger.
Leader.
Yeah, Supreme Leader.
Oh, you're so good. You're good at
I
everything.
should not have even showed up to this
Yes.
show. I should have
Yes.
just like, I'll listen to it.
No, because my first reaction when somebody does something stupid is, hey, get the fuck
Burn it
out of
down.
here. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Beat it. You can't do that.
You're a little emotional like me. It's good
You
though. It
can't
means
do
it
that.
keeps
Like,
us creative.
It's anyway.
I've had to learn to do that though. Like my initial reaction for a while was like,
Fuck them.
fuck them, burn them down.
Yeah, but I've never
And I'm like,
never ever seen you lose it or fly off the handle like I tend to do.
just kidding.
And you said it
He's well
yourself.
put
I've heard
together.
you say it 3 or 4 times that you've been in business with JT and Matt for how many years now?
Well, at a minimum of
Considering
3.
4-ish.
Middle
Well,
of
probably 4,
2014.
And you
is
said
when we
you've
started
never, you guys have never had an argument or never gotten at each other.
I
Not
mean, we pick on
once.
Jared, but yes. We
But
don't.
you know
But
what I
we've
mean? Like
never had an
never had a
argument.
heated argument. Never got into.
Well, that's
There's
the humility
no-
side
that's-
because
we've never, no one's ever raised their voice and no one's ever walked out and been like, fuck this or fuck you.
and I always pointed back at ego and like, listen, I fucking have an ego. Of course, I'm a fucking alpha male. But at the end of the day, what's best for the business? And if I do something that isn't, and my friends come in and they're like, hey, dude, Matt, got it. My bad. I'll fix my shit, right? Because I don't want to be, oh, what the fuck? I did this for the company. Who fucking cares? It's about growing, hiring more people, and everything else doesn't really matter.
One thing I've learned too, specifically, is, and this applies to pretty much everything, before you make an assumption about anything, like, you don't always have the whole picture. And I remind myself that
Yeah,
because,
it's
like,
very true.
and that goes for
It's-
every major
it's
situation.
tough.
He's called me once. Why the hell did you fucking change the landing slider? And I'm like, because of this. He goes, oh, well, that makes sense.
got it.
And I go, oh, by the way, it was supposed to be changed 24 hours after that was the instruction.
Right.
Then nobody did it. And it's the same thing with,
Yeah.
wait, why did you fucking delete this? Because of this. Oh, well, now I'm perfectly okay with that because now that I heard
It's like
so
Office Space.
before you
Don't jump
get-
to conclusions.
Yeah, before you get fucking through the roof, ask.
I've
Yeah.
learned to do that with JT. It's taken me a while because every now and again I'll get spun up and then I'll call him. But most of the
Jared
time I'm
always
like-
has the best
I'm always
intentions.
calling him. I'm like, hey, so what do you think about this? And I'm like, but most of the time I've had a previous conversation with somebody where they're like super pissed off, and I'm like, okay, all
Yeah,
right,
people will get him wound, and you'll be like, what were you thinking? I'm like, we had that conversation.
Which is something
already."
actually I will say Evan and I have been really fucking good at. Do you remember rewind 4 months?
Mm-hmm.
Nearly every single night we were sitting and having an hour conversation and venting and spinning our wheels. We haven't done that in 3-4 months now.
Yeah.
It's always like, hey, let's get to the bottom of this before we get fucking waste an hour on the phone and fucking, and then we isolate the issue and we fix the issue. And so it's like, well, you have to fix it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do. I read this really great book, Principles by Ray Dalio, and that was several months ago, and it actually changed my life. I will fully admit that it really did change my life, which was everybody has to be working in the same direction. Like everybody has to be.
This is the wheel chart.
Well, that's mine. I
like
just
that one.
invented that
Well,
one.
the horse one. I'll call it the horse one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
The difference between being drawn and quartered and then pulling a wagon in one direction. It's the same amount of horsepower. It's just how you utilize it. So for me, looking at like Matt and Jared as business partners, Matt, Jared, and you now, like the reason we get along is we think the same way and we all have the same mission. We're all principally in line. It's when you have issues with people, and sometimes those are fundamental issues that you'll never be able to fix.
Ulterior motivation too.
Well,
like
because they have different missions,
Yeah.
right? So some people are more in the, like, do they want to be king, or do they want to be rich, or do they want to be an altruist, or they've got all these independent endeavors. And what happens is that if you're moving in this direction and I'm principally aligned to move in this direction,
Yep.
we just start pulling against each other, and then ultimately it fails. So
I mean, just as an
can't
example,
work.
think how different the climate and the execution and the success of the company would be if Matt was only focused on becoming famous. And that's
It would
all.
be-
That's
it'd be
all he
brutal.
wanted.
It'd
Yeah,
be
we would,
brutal.
and he didn't. He wasn't into rolling up his sleeves and working or anything like that.
You
Like,
guys
what kind
absolutely
of vibe
have
would
to
that create?
have to film some of the day-to-day stuff here.
Well, but
because
that-
all the people that follow Black Rifle, if people saw you guys and how much you work, because since I met you guys a year and a half ago, you never stop working, but you also roll up your sleeves and you get into every single aspect of the company.
But
people have this weird perception, I think.
I don't want that to go out where it's like everybody's always working. I think Evan eats that shit sandwich the most because he has to do things as a CEO that he doesn't necessarily like. But the majority and functions of my side of the house, it's like it's what I truly love. I get to hang out with creative people, make epic shit make people laugh, make them feel a part of a community, and then resonate with that community. It's so fucking cool.
But that's what I mean. I don't
but
mean
there's a
you
lot
guys,
of bullshit. I like at the office. I'm always like, this kind of sucks. And when I go home at night and I'm on the fucking computer, I'm like, man, I'm having
the
a blast.
general
I'm having a
attitude out of
blast.
everybody, though, is even if he called and said, "Hey, we all got to go shovel snow out back," everybody would be there.
good.
You mean that
Nobody
time where
would say
you
no.
mean that time where every executive was fulfilling packages
Fulfilling
out
packages.
the packages on the weekend?
Yes,
Yeah, of
and I don't
course.
mean
Fuck,
that you
it's
guys
fun.
are working in the salt mine and it's just, this labor intensive, but you guys are 22 hours a day always thinking about how to make a better product and how to make people more happy, how to make better
'Cause
coffee, how to make better T-shirts, how to make
That should
better
be like the
everything.
step one of being a business owner. I've never got when people want to be lazy and then defend their product, where it's like the reason we have to work so much is because that's the expectation I hope our customer has of us. They want our product to consistently get better. They want the branding to get consistently better. We want to have value add, whether that's entertainment or engagement or supporting a cause that they believe in. That is our obligation as a business owner, because they fucking keep the lights on. If everybody stopped purchasing Black Rifle coffee tomorrow, we're out of a fucking job. So it's our obligation to make those guys happy and be a part of something bigger than all of us. And it's why this company is going to succeed, and it's why in the next 3 to 4 years you're going to see so much change, I hope, in America, and focused on the shit that fucking matters rather than this fucking politicized fucking cunt bullshit.
Well, you guys have already done that. Perfect example. We talked about restoring an old truck.
Yeah.
And Evan and I said, hey, a Ford truck.
Yeah.
I know shit got no less than 100 DMs of drinking bros that said, and started slamming me with pictures of trucks they started building with their dads back
That's
in
awesome.
the 80s, saying,
That's
"Hey
awesome.
man,
This is the
let me
funnest
help
project."
you.
That's awesome.
Let me help you with this."
What if we
sending me pictures of
what if
all
we
their
hire
trucks, and I'm
someone
like,
and we pay them to come out, like we hire a veteran to come out and refurbish and teach us how to like fix the Ford that we were
I
talking
think
about,
it'd
like
be fucking
bring
awesome.
him out for 3 weeks
also,
and we
too,
just go
is
through the whole
what
process.
What if we did a call out too for different experts that are in Drinkin' Bros in each area? Like, what if we
The
found
paint guy,
a
the
paint
engine guy, the
and a
fucking
suspension guy, an
Yes.
engine guy?
Well, there's the
and we
Motorheads,
just-
right? Is that the
yeah,
chapter
we have
name?
well,
Drinkin'
they're out
Bros
there.
Motorheads.
I no joke that had that many people send me the custom rebuilds, and I started talking to some of these guys. Like, man, this is incredible.
Make it a community, a community project.
That's what's
It'd
fun.
be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be
super
super
cool.
Who
Be a
wants
lot
to
of
be
fun.
on top if you don't have friends? That's the way I look at this.
Yeah, I
I'd
know.
rather be poor and have friends.
That
than
was
fucking make money,
that
man.
was a big argument I got into with a guy that I was an instructor with that was just an asshole to everybody, not only his peers but the students. And I said, it's going to be pretty lonely when nobody shows up to carry your casket to your grave.
Ooh.
Oof. Oof.
I mean, he wanted to go dark, and I went fucking heavy for it. Of this is where you're headed, bro. Like, when you don't have any friends anywhere, you need to change yourself.
What's funny? I think. Yeah.
So this is this
yeah.
is this is what I'm talking about.
That's
here.
awesome.
Like, these are drinking
That's
bros,
awesome.
like sending like
That's
all these
so
rebuilds
legit.
they've been doing for the
So
last
dope.
30 years of their life with their dads and their grandpas. But it started one. I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. And then I woke up the next morning. There was like 40 of them of people that have rebuilt old Ford trucks and said, I'll come down on my own dime and help you guys build this thing, or
That's
I'll help
cool.
you do whatever you want.
we need to say yes.
Yes. I mean, but that's
I love
that's,
that.
that's the impact you guys have had on Black Rifle, Drinking Bros, the vet community. I mean, it's fucking impressive.
Dude, I like the
It's
car thing to
super
me.
cool.
I didn't grow up working on cars. I actually know fucking anything about changing oil. But my wife, her grandfather, that's what he was like, not a mechanic, but that was his kind of hobby. And so she grew up working on old Mustangs and all that stuff, and seeing how that kind of influenced her as an adult and how much quality time she got to spend with her grandfather and learning life lessons and don't grab the wrench this way because you're going to fucking rip your hand open, all that stuff. And it's just, I think it really tailored her to me, like the individual and cool person that she is today. And I'm all about it. I want to fucking
That's
drive
awesome.
that bitch.
America.
America.
So when we go to Texas, basically what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a bunch of drinking bros. We're going to build a post-apocalyptic Ford.
Yes.
Yes, we need to find a veteran-owned
Yeah.
garage in
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Antonio.
Veteran-owned
I want
So
window
send
gun
us your
ports.
recommendations. Yeah.
Yes.
Send us your recommendations for
if
sure.
you have an auto shop in San Antonio, this will be the base camp. The project will
Yeah.
start. We'll film the whole thing.
We'll promote
Yeah.
the shop.
We'll
yeah, for
interview every expert that comes in to
I'll
do
put,
a different piece.
I'll put 10
I'm bringing the
grand,
beer.
I'll put 10 grand into the builder right now.
I got 10 in.
Okay. Good job. That's
You guys
$20
paid for it.
And that's why we're good at
That's why
business.
we're good at business.
What just happened? I was just kidding about the 10 grand thing. I'll put in $500.
Yeah. There we go.
I'll buy the trailer. The trailer.
Wait.
I'm buying the beer.
My 10 is conditional though that you stop making fun of my car.
No.
That car is
Nope.
so
Nope.
bad.
I'll offset that then.
I like the car.
We gotta.
I'm
continue.
happy with the car.
Yeah.
But
It's actually fun to ride in.
Yeah,
sure.
it's super fun.
Just
to
as
drive.
long as nobody sees you.
Mike Allen,
Yeah.
coming from a rally background, he said he liked it.
Well,
That's
It's
justification for me.
fast, but I mean,
It's a rally car.
yeah,
it's a car.
Rally car.
I like your Jeep
Technically
Grand
speaking,
Cherokee a
it's-
lot
it's a
better.
Doesn't have a
Ford
roll
Focus.
cage.
It's not a rally car.
Doesn't have a roll cage.
It's getting a roll cage next
Yeah.
week.
Oh
Okay,
my
but
God.
it doesn't have one right now. It's
Did
not
you get a
technically
financial advisor
a rally
yet?
car.
Yes.
Okay.
See?
I don't spend as much money as you think I do.
I don't. Yeah, well, you have that car, so that's a step in the wrong direction.
How much did
It's
that
not
car
a
cost?
fucking McLaren.
Start to finish, how much did that car
We're
cost?
talking-
$40,000.
Yeah, we beat him up on this one time. actually.
I bought like the cheapest cool car you could ever buy.
Ah.
Well, I mean,
bought-
in a sports.
You bought a
area.
car.
You bought a car.
It's a Ford
bought a
performance
car.
car.
It's a Focus.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad.
I'm not
Listen,
saying you're mad.
Subaru keeps blowing up their engines, so the Ford Focus RS is dominating rally right now.
I have no clue
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
Yeah, I used to drive an STI.
Well, you don't
I
make fun
know
of Ken
what's that.
Block's car.
Who makes
And
the
that's
STI? Is
way
that
more,
Subaru?
That's Subaru.
Okay.
That's way more flashy than mine.
Yeah, I'm in a different world here. Matt and I were riding together in Vegas, and was it you and I? No, it was Tyler. Tyler Gray and I, and we passed the Carroll Shelby plant
Yeah.
that's right in Vegas, and like that to me made my wiener a little bit hard.
That's
Like,
cool.
Your car,
Everybody has
Not
different
so
opinions.
much.
I'm about it.
Yeah.
The only I will say that I got off like completely against rally cars when I was in the military, and I had a friend that he drove like a Subaru STI,
Yeah.
and then there was the Evos.
Yep, Evo.
Evos, and they were like flicking each other off and doing donuts in them. And there was always this like weird conflict, and I was like, I don't want
there
a
is
part
a
of that.
hatred between
at
that.
all.
But I'll give you this: I've only gotten gas in the car twice because I don't drive it that much.
Right.
Both times.
Well, yeah,
that
you don't
I'm
want to be
getting
seen in
gas,
public with it.
The person, the person getting gas next to me was like, "Damn, what? I'm gonna look up that podcast." Like, and it was the other night. I was in Cottonwood Heights. The guy was like, "Man, that's a really good idea because now I really want to search that podcast." And I was like, "Oh," and he's like, "And you're connected with Black Rifle? I'm really good friends with Tristan Orvis." And I was like, "Well,
Oh, that's hilarious.
wow, I know Tristan and Jason."
So if you figure like 5 people went to the podcast,
you
a
know what?
$40,000 car, you're essentially looking at an $8,000
Yeah,
fucking
that's good.
acquisition. That's great
Yeah,
lead gen.
yeah.
Great lead gen.
Hey,
Most of those dudes were also like, "Oh man, I really like that car. Hey, what are you doing later?"
Yeah.
Like that's what they were doing.
Do you want to go get some
were
wings
like,
and maybe
"Hey,
suck my penis?
I'm going to look up
listen,
that podcast
my-
while we're at home
my
together.
hunch was
Nothing like a good podcast while I'm cuddling on your fucking chest.
advertising a podcast on
Bro.
a car is something when you're driving on the freeway that people can immediately like search. And I did see somebody at a stoplight like start laughing at our episode titles.
You should
Like-
you should have put a promo code on your car, and that's the only thing, just to see
Yeah,
how
it just
many
says,
conversions
"Use
you
code."
can drive. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but you guys still wouldn't let that. It would be like, oh wow, 12,000 promo code uses from your car.
No,
You're
we would.
still
We,
gay.
we would. Nope. I would shut up. I would say your car is gay, but you're smarter than me,
You
and I
put the
didn't know.
promo code on the side of your car. I will make an Instagram account today where all I do is throw baloney at a naked girl's butt that says Drinking Bros Podcast. I guarantee I'll beat you.
That was super random, but I love it.
Yeah, but
Oh,
seriously,
Is it
you
called
could-
Baloney
you would-
Butt, the
yeah, you
Instagram?
would definitely.
You're just throwing different types
Yes,
of meats.
right?
Like,
Yeah, baloney
I'm
butt.
just no. Bert Lopez.
Hi, Ben.
Bert Lopez.
We're happy you're
and
not
Ben
dead.
just
Yeah.
walked in the
Bert
room.
Lopez.
still alive.
It's Berto.
It's Alberto.
Alberto Lopez.
Just Berto. Berto Lopez.
His name is Albert. You know
I
that,
know.
right?
I know.
Okay.
I've definitely booked the plane ticket for him.
I don't know what that means. Am I going to die?
I mean, it was Vision Airlines,
Right.
a $37 ticket.
Gotta love Vision Airlines.
Spirit.
Oh my god. Oh, Spirit.
Yeah,
That's
Spirit
it.
Airlines.
Spirit.
Oh my
Spirit
god.
or Frontier. Yeah.
Oh god.
That is a
You've had
brutal
that
ride.
once, right? Somebody booked
yeah.
you on
I
Frontier.
flew
No,
Frontier.
I flew Frontier recently. It was an interesting experience.
I flew once and I was like, man, this is a good deal. And then I got there and they charged me for my carry-on, charged me for my check bag, and charged
Yeah.
me for my backpack. It
Yeah.
was like,
And they
yeah, no
charge you
thanks.
for a glass of water.
Yeah, no, thank
Yeah.
you.
Listen, like there's one thing you shouldn't go cheap on, and that's how you fly.
I mean, there's regulations, but yes, I agree. I've turned into a pompous fireman. I'm 220 nearly and 6'2". I don't like those fucking middle seats. Like when you put Evan in a middle seat, like come on, man, why you gotta do that? Economy middle seat? That's fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Listen,
fucked up.
No,
It's fucked up.
Why don't you
Jared.
back that up? Because I don't care where I sit.
True.
And I was
But
flying
that's like
with
saying
him both times.
that's like telling your doctor you have a heart condition,
I
and you're
just-
like, I don't care what I eat.
I
It
just
doesn't.
bought 2 tickets. That meant it's up to. I let him choose. I said, "You sit there. I don't care."
I'm not gonna force you into the middle seat.
You're
like
not
200
forcing me. I
you're,
don't
You're
care.
220 pounds.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
he's
when do you
280.
know me
He's
to
280.
have
whatever you
any,
are.
280
any
at a
recollection of
minimum.
what's going on around me and how I can't sleep in like this position? Like
Oh,
I'm
but-
fine.
But I'm not gonna put you in there. I'm not gonna do
Why?
that.
I don't
I'm
have a comfort
compact.
level.
That's nice for me.
I was just poking the bear, dude. Sorry.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, but I know he gives me shit about it. But I'm like, you take it. I don't care.
I only
No,
knew that.
because
No,
it-
I only knew that. No, he didn't give me shit about it. I just saw your Instagram post. That's the only thing that I was
just
basing
mean,
that
like,
off of.
I mean, I know if I'm flying with him, we just put the armrests up and then we have 2 seats. You know.
That's super weird. I just pictured the
was
two
the-
of you in a shower and you shampooing JT's hair.
No, that was Benny and Jack
Yeah,
actually.
that's them. That's
God,
not,
man.
That's not
Yeah, we've
me.
never done that
No.
wow.
twice.
No. I've.
You used to FaceTime me in the shower.
Yeah, because I had that sweet life proof case
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Right.
It was a good time. I always had my best ideas in the shower.
Yeah.
That's a proven fact.
That is
It's
shower.
quiet.
Showers are great because you're
Right.
isolated and you're
Dude,
comfortable.
I'm like, oof, and then I'll run out and do so. That was try standing on this flag, range 15.
Here we go. Those are some big ones.
Your car.
The car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like seeing myself naked. It's not a creative space for me.
No, I don't
Really?
look at
No.
myself. Like,
If I wear swim trunks in the shower, I'm good. But I'm very insecure.
Yeah. You know, I usually just tuck
I have
and look at
body
myself,
issues.
and I'm just like,
You wear swim trunks in the shower.
I stopped, but
Oh, okay, good.
took
Yeah,
about
we're-
it took
we're
41
my
years.
that's the next
Uh,
level of fucking insecurity when you're showering alone.
Oh yeah,
with-
basic
with-
training in the army was horrible. Like it was the worst. I dreaded the shower. I only showered like once every 4 days.
Did you ever have the guy with a really big dong that would just like stretch in the center of all? You're like, we get it.
No.
You got a fucking 12-inch cock, bro.
I had a guy.
We get it.
I had a guy with a butterfly fucking tramp stamp in my basic training.
Oh,
class.
nice.
You
Yeah.
did not.
Oh yeah, he was a little light on the feet too.
We didn't get
Light on the feet.
we didn't get any of that. Like I must have went through at a different time because the dude was like my drill sergeant, or maybe my drill sergeant was a little bit of a Fruit Loop. I don't know because you got
He make you guys
got
wash each other?
literally like it was something like we had 3 stalls and you were timed at 30 seconds.
No, we did same
Yeah.
thing.
and it was
man.
like
That's
you
same
are
thing.
in and you are out. You have to have everything ready. It's like go
butt balls, armpits, move.
No,
Move.
Butt
the
balls,
Air
They-
Force
armpits,
has like
move.
40 heads, and it's 80 of you.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
ta-
they have
we're-
like a steam room.
Yeah, we're
and
talking
like
about the military, not
Yeah.
corporate America.
Shared bathrooms.
They did
like-
5 minutes for the platoon for us, and that's where fist fights
Yeah.
would happen because the dude that's like, I still need a wash. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking fist fight you because I just got off of a 12-mile ruck march and I need to rinse my fucking balls, bro.
Well, Evan, you went through SF selection when Camp McCall had the old $1 million shitter.
$1 million
where
shitter.
only like 1 or 2 out of 40 toilets had doors on it. The
Yeah.
rest, you're literally shitting next to a guy that's
was great.
brushing his teeth and
I
shaving.
fucking love that. Like
I
those are-
did too.
Those
Actually,
are
to
like
be
my
honest with you,
favorite
it's
things
like,
in the world.
you
Where I
look
just
back
I
on it.
like to I would sit directly across because I'd sit like directly across from somebody and just watch, you know, or like, hey, what's up, you know?
What's
like-
going on?
Hey,
What-
But I'm like, I'm
That's a
that
weird
guy.
toothpaste
I like to
choice.
make people like super uncomfortable. I'm just
Well, and
that
you could
guy.
always tell like the guys that were homeschooled and had never been in an experience like that before, and that were like super uncomfortable, like showering, holding their junk.
I know.
And you just kind of talking to them, and they're like,
No,
"Please
I
don't
always
touch me."
slap
gave me
him on
like
the
the
ass.
6 or 7 the little
Tugs.
rubs just to
Little
make
tugs.
sure I was impressive. Like I don't want them to
I
think I've got a little
my
teeny
final
dick.
Oh, I actually put a
shred
rubber band around my balls
of
and my- you know,
embarrassment
keeps the
or
blood in there.
dignity about that went out the window a couple years ago when my squadron commander had a full conversation with me while I was taking a shit in an open bay, and he had no problem with that. It was
Just
like
was
after that,
stri-
I'm
just
like,
talking
it's over.
to you?
Yeah, he's like talking about what we were doing the next day. I'm like, all right.
You just
All right, we're
remind me
doing
of a
this.
story that I would like to tell. It's fucking disgusting. So in Ranger Battalion, before you go to Ranger School, they smoke the living fuck out of you. And what they do
They
is
hold you down and jerk you off.
yeah,
no,
they
that's
do it. They do it all.
That's a baseball
They do it
team.
all.
And
Yeah, it's a baseball.
that's a baseball thing. I'm sorry. I thought you were playing baseball in one of those islands. or
No,
whatever.
no, definitely not baseball. So one of my best friend, fucking one of them, Trey, he's a fucking crazy dude. He's hilariously awesome. But essentially what happened is we're getting smoked, and what they do is they make you do push-ups, run around, all the fucking bullshit, rope
Sounds
climbs.
exhausting.
But then they make you drink a beer every time. And so you'd get to like 8 or 9, you keep wanting to hold them in. But I was getting smoked in the ice cold shower and drinking beers. My buddy Trey just vomits everywhere because they smoke you until you vomit, in the sense of like you're gonna get so smoked that you'll never quit in range school. He vomits, and the dude must have ate shrimp or something disgusting, and he's a lightweight, so he's like 6 beers in, and he's fucking hammered, and he's like, that looks delicious. Picks up the shrimp he vomited, puts it in his
yes.
mouth, and eats it.
Promote ahead of peers.
But thank God for him, because the team
yeah.
leader smoking us was like, we're fucking good. You get the fuck out of
You
here,
guys
you
are done
weirdos.
here.
And I'm like, yeah.
that is the guys I want defending my freedom. That's
It's America,
I
bro.
I will sleep better tonight knowing Trey's out
Throw
there.
up
Yeah,
shrimp,
Trey's out there.
and then you're gonna repurpose
He's
it.
a federal agent now.
That's
He-
a fucking solid person.
you know
Yeah, of
Caesar.
course, yeah.
I love it.
Good times. Just nothing like eating a vomited up shrimp and saying that's tasty.
Wait, one of my really good friends, he told me this story. So if we're going to go into these stories,
Fuck
I'll
it,
go
let's
into
do it.
Oh yeah.
I love
Which
non-war stories and military
They
stories.
were in
That's
a
great.
bar in Thailand. So this is a secondhand story, but they were in a bar in Thailand,
God.
and they were doing like I'm gonna gross you out even more type of a game, like level up. And
Would you
he's out
rather?
there with the Australian SAS guys, and they were both
Oh,
on it.
jeez.
And
This isn't gonna go well.
the dude was in the pisser in a Thailand bar with a big trough.
Love it.
And the Australian guy fucking hurled into the trough and then scooped it up and put it back in his mouth.
Nope.
It was like,
Nope.
there you go,
Nope.
mate. One up me on that one. And they was like, I'm good, my friend. You
Yeah.
win.
As a medical professional, I
win.
will say urine is sterile. So if you're gonna eat out of
Cool.
a trough, that's the one to do it.
Yeah.
Number 2, no.
Number two.
Number 1,
No.
Oh
Yes.
my
Yeah.
god.
sterile.
That's just a
is-
bad day, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
I always
that
love
is
that when
awful.
people are like, man, military guys are crazy. You're like, yeah, they're going out to fight people and shoot people in the face.
That's
Of
it.
course they need
Yeah,
to be
they-
fucking crazy.
you-
What do
you
you
have
expect?
to.
You want fucking sensitive little Sally over there going to fucking shoot people in the face? It's not how
No.
war works, motherfucker. It's not how it works.
And the Aussies, those guys drink some beer. Americans drink beer. Australians drink
They
beer.
get down.
Hey, drink
Yeah,
beer.
I did like several months with those guys in Baghdad, like back in the day, and
Great,
it was
great
probably
country.
one of the best times I've ever had because you get smashed every night.
Every night.
Like that's where that video I showed you where I was opening a beer with a grenade.
Yeah. Fucking sweet. This isn't dangerous at all.
Let's get drunk, crank, crank, you know, and we're
Yes.
like, and everybody's like, oh, okay, yeah. But it gave me a whole different optic into, a foreign military, but a really cool foreign military where they're like, yeah, we're gonna get fucking drunk. Oh, you can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like the American military where
No.
it's like,
No.
oh
Like,
my god,
You're cleaning
you st-
weapons, drinking beer. Cleaning
Like,
weapons,
well, and
drinking beer.
deployed, it's like.
You're
You know,
already in
the
a
general
shithole
order number
situation.
1.
Yeah.
You can't. There's no booze.
Wait,
and
but
if you get
bullshit,
caught,
Evan.
and it was like
Bullshit, because
such bullshit.
when I ran into you guys, SF guys over there, as a fucking young team leader
Always had
battalion,
booze.
you guys were always fucking drinking. I'm like, but how? Like that was such a foreign concept to me. And not that all SF does it, but there was certain, guys in the military and in,
I've
tier 1,
partied
tier 2
some
units
of
that
my
were
hardest in Iraq.
oh yeah,
complete opposite. Well, as a contractor, I got fucking hammered. They're like, here's your bottle of vodka when you
Yeah.
show up. I'm like, what the fuck? I got drunk once in Ranger Battalion. My dad, my dad fucking mailed me out Listerine bottles full like we're in Vietnam
Oh,
again.
yeah.
I'm like, thanks, Dad.
That's it, man.
But 'cause we
World
worked during
War
the night,
II,
Yeah,
so-
but you know
Vietnam,
what?
World War
And
I.
here's what I saw. You were there too. Like when we went to the camp in Djibouti.
Yeah.
Or Djibouti.
Djibouti.
However the fuck you say it. Anyway, I forget what that camp is called.
Camp
Camp
whatever.
Djibouti.
It's Djibouti.
Yeah, Djibouti.
Is that the one that's like hotter than the sun and has a pool and you get 2
There-
tokens to?
there's a
Yeah, 2
pool,
tokens to
2
drink.
beers.
Yeah.
There's booze, and you're allowed to cohabitate in your barracks.
I had
Now,
God,
the
that
attitude
place.
on that base, nobody was upset that they were deployed.
No.
Because every day They could
You
go
could
get
have
booze.
a couple beers, get
can-
laid,
yeah.
and work out.
The
That- and that
attitude
pool-
around.
You wake up at 9:00 in the morning. It's already like 400 degrees. That there's a track around it, right? Am I thinking of the right place?
I don't know. We were
it
really
Al-Assad?
isolated when we were. No, not Al-Assad. No,
No,
this
this
is
is
Djibouti,
DJ.
Africa.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, to
I'm
where
gonna- sorry.
General Order 1 doesn't apply because they're not technically in a war zone, but it's like, why the fuck didn't you guys adopt this? Look at the attitude here.
Yeah.
You get more performance, you get more everything when you have happy people.
Yep.
People that aren't just miserable.
Well,
and
one of the
hating
most
everything.
iconic photos in U.S. military history is the guys at the Eagle's Nest drinking Hitler's, getting smashed on Hitler's booze. Like,
Which is
Yeah,
like
somebody would
as
get
long
in trouble
as
for that now.
as long
I
as-
drank Saddam's
Yeah,
booze.
As long as
Yeah.
it doesn't impact the operational component of you fucking going out and killing people, I think you should be able to have a beer once in a while. You know.
well, and they had, I think, sock pack when I was in first group, we would do Iraq and then we do the Philippines. When you were down in the Philippines and there was a party, there was like a 2-beer limit, but man, just having 1 or 2 beers,
Yeah,
with
it's-
with the
take-
boys
take
and,
the edge off.
and the
Unwinding.
girls that were down there too working,
Yeah.
it changes morale.
And this is what my finish that story is why I never said I'd drink again. I got fucking. You wait until you stand down at like 5 in the morning in battalion because you're okay. We're daytime. We don't really do missions unless we're going out to fucking I don't know, capture fucking a super high level guy. We drank, a couple of us, and then my pager went off at like 1700, so 5 o'clock, and we were spinning up for a fucking whatever it was, like an offset in full of 8K. And I was like, I'm good. Never gonna fucking drink, and I never
I
drank
know.
overseas ever again in my whole entire life until I was a
I'll
contractor.
probably get
Yeah.
messages for this, but I fucking had to go on a mission completely hungover and with a swollen face because I got punched in the eye by an SF guy.
But there you go.
Full on. And it was because my
Let's find that
my
guy.
nickname
Promote that guy ahead
my
of Pierce.
nickname was Donnie. And everybody called
How do you
from,
get a
Donnie
nickname?
Darko.
well, it was from Donnie Darko. It was also from you're out of your fucking
Yeah,
lane,
yeah.
Donnie. Shut up, Donnie.
Yeah.
So everybody would call me Donnie because I would say dumb shit and they'd just shut up, Donnie.
No,
You're
you
out of
never
your fucking
changed. I
lane.
love it.
I know.
And
See?
never changed.
Yeah.
So,
and you're
never
great.
changed.
Never changed.
So the ODA that I was working with at the time had invited another ODA up to have fun, and one of the guys we were in a circle.
You tried to touch his wiener.
No,
didn't you?
He
Yeah.
came, but his name was Donnie, and he was pretty blackout at that point, I guess. And he was like, "Hey, guy, Donnie, meet Donnie." And I'm like, "Hi, I'm Donnie." And I put my hand out, and he looks at me, and he just assumes I'm making fun of him, and just fucking full punch to the eye. Really? Yeah. Lays me out.
Jeez, that's a
Knocked out or
that's
just
super
out you out?
aggressive.
That's pretty
I mean,
aggressive.
I wasn't knocked out.
Yeah.
I mean, I was pretty drunk, so I was more concerned because as a TAC P, I'm the guest.
Yeah, you don't want to get in fist
I was
fights.
like, what did I do? They're like, you did nothing, you're fine. And they like sat me on a couch and tackled him or something. So yeah, I'm sure somebody will bring this up.
Nothing like the
Non-military war
messages.
stories are great. Or non-war military
But
stories.
that
Yeah, the
morning,
best.
like we had like a 05 show to go on a patrol. I'm fucking probably still hammered. My whole face is swollen because I got punched out. And I
You're
gotta
like,
fucking-
Jesus Christ, don't make me call for cast. Don't make me call for cast. Don't make me
No,
call for cast.
luckily, there's 2 of us.
Wings
So-
Right.
I was just the assistant at the time, so
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, man, things went a little south up there."
Wings level cleared hot.
Yeah. Which is crazy because I was a huge drinker in the military, but then when I deployed, I'd never even thought about it just because I didn't want to.
Stop.
Dude, yeah. You're fucking going
But you're
10 miles a
busy. Yeah,
night, dude,
yeah.
every single night. Like, you can't party like that. Fuck no. Especially in that capacity where you're getting shot at. Fuck that. No thanks.
And then we got strikers, and they have AC, and I was like, "Yeah,
I can nap on the way to the target.
Right.
I probably almost fell out of a couple Blackhawks, and then you put the one strand in front of you,
Yep.
and I'm all napping on the way to the target. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna fall a long way, or I'm gonna be hanging out in my fucking
This is
belt.
why they-
Like this is not
This
good.
is why they tell me not to sleep in Ranger School.
I
So
get
you
it.
don't fall
Got
out of
it.
a fucking 60.
You
Fuck.
have your safety lanyard hooked up? Not at all.
Well, I'd always like it's the safety lanyard that's on your belt that's probably too
Yeah.
loose because you don't want to tighten your fucking thing. You're like, if I fall out, it's gonna be a 3-second pause where my safety lanyard pulls my belt, goes, the Velcro breaks, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, good night, whatever.
Good times.
That's on.
There is nothing better than flying in a Black Hawk, doors open.
We feet out.
Always.
That
Feet
is
out,
probably
dangling.
the
You guys should
coolest
join
shit.
Ranger Battalion. You could have done it more.
I mean,
I
I
got it.
did it plenty.
I gotta admit, Ranger
every single
Battalion
night,
is
though.
pretty,
Nah,
pretty
not
cool.
every single
Because you
night.
get super pompous when they're like, "Hey, you're gonna fly in the Chinook," and you're like, "Oh," because
that's
you're stuck up there. And then we were taking fucking packs off the fucking mams off the target, and their dirty, smelly, bloody bodies are all next to you. You're like, "No thanks,
Yeah,
dude."
and a giant fast rope sitting on your lap.
Yeah, and then your buddy's fingering your butthole, and you're like,
Oh.
"Why?"
And then two guys start kissing. Oh wait a minute.
God, this
You
is
didn't- you-
how come all like why isn't there like cool porn like that? You know?
Super cool.
I'm here to get the bad guy.
Time to insert on the objective.
No,
Oh my
that
God.
I've always had those moments,
I'm a
and it's
tear.
always with these fucking these boots.
I noticed. I keep noticing that you're not giving that up, man. Like
What?
you're gonna be that 72-year-old guy wearing your blue hat, with
solos.
your,
What? I
wearing
just
the
like these
same
boots.
boots rolling through the airport. I can argue.
I just like these boots.
I want to get Jared
They are the
an
best boots
Iraqi
ever made.
veteran hat, and
Yeah.
it just says United States Air Force veteran with the Iraqi ribbon.
That would be
Why?
badass.
Because it's super funny. Everybody's gonna talk shit. They won't know
I-
that you're actually
I saw
They
a new
still
one.
do
I
that.
saw a new one the other day. It said Vietnam era veteran.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
wow.
go.
Vietnam
Era.
What does that
So-
mean? Does that mean they were?
He's just around, I guess. Like he was in the military then. Like I don't know.
But that's fair because like if you're not deployed but you served our country,
is-
you're still a veteron.
You
So-
gotta-
I
gotta
know, but I
respect that
saw
more.
a new one.
You
saw
gotta-
a
I don't
new
know
one.
why they would
Because
say
he's,
era
he's
though.
being very specific.
Yeah, well, he's
like
he's saying I'm not going to put Vietnam veteran.
no, he said
That's-
Vietnam era.
I
So
respect
you
him
could
more.
You could be super specific on your hats. That's the point of it.
We're trying to
Yeah.
get Scott to order the Cold War veteran.
Yeah,
hat.
cold. Like Clinton,
no, you should write-
Clinton
you should-
era
No,
veteran.
what we do is we make hats or shirts.
That's the one.
Clinton era veteran.
Yeah,
right there.
that one's great.
I survived.
Yeah, but then again,
Survived.
Somalia was in the Clinton era. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that was some fucking gnarly shit.
Yeah.
What if you just did like clothes and hats that were like your DD-214 essentially? It's like Ranger Battalion fucking veteran, Iraq and Afghanistan. I also served from fucking these times of these. They're like,
Oh my
oh
God.
wow, I just know all of your service. I don't even have to ask a question.
Yeah, there you go.
Because then,
It's
then
right
it
there.
takes all the guesswork out of it. They're not like, hey, were you in the military? You're like, yep, here, I don't want to talk
Yeah,
to
there
you.
you go. There's my medals.
Go ahead and
There's
check the
my
back.
my stations. Here's my
I'm
schools.
kidding. Go to gruntstyle.com. They have I'm just kidding. I'm a shit talker.
We're gonna be 3
Womp
blocks
womp.
from Grunt Style. When
Yeah,
we
we
get
are.
to Texas.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Are
Yeah,
they-
actually,
are
that's
they
gonna
in
be
San
fun, man.
Antonio?
They have
are.
an
Yeah.
office. I was texting with Dan, and that's actually something because I know like back in
been
the
ver-
day we
we've
had
been
a lot
having
of
a lot of fun.
headbutting and stuff, but ultimately like
But we
we
found that headbutting was fabricated.
it,
by
it
other
was
people
but
and outside agencies.
ultimately you have to do this. Certain things that people talk about are misconstrued, and ultimately if you can join forces with somebody, not join forces, but get along with somebody. It's better for the community. Why not?
Absolutely.
There's more
Why
fun to be
not?
had. There's not
Absolutely.
segmented fucking portions of the community. Everybody can get together. So it is what it is. I'm all about it.
Yep.
What's on the board back here?
He's
I
he's
missed
thinking
that.
ahead. He's
Yeah,
finding
no,
us
no,
a Drinkin'
this-
Bro of the week.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have a
gotcha,
good one.
gotcha. Okay, I
Yeah,
can
see?
see. it. That's
Yeah.
pretty
So,
high
Matt,
tech.
you're the closest. I can't see.
Yeah,
it.
it says Bert Kuntz is a faggot.
I mean,
sorry.
I'm still 2020. I
Wow.
can read that. I
Hey,
know
now.
you
You're
guys get
2020?
a lot of these, and I thought.
Are we
I'd
there yet?
Give
Are we
it a
there
try.
yet? I
No,
think-
not yet. No,
It's
we got
about
some-
there.
I'm just showing you have good eyesight.
I like it.
That's
2020.
I like how you're showing off your eyes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Has anybody here had LASIK?
No.
Okay, I'm trying to convince my wife, and I would like your guys' opinion on this. So she's blind as a bat in the morning. Like she can't. She's farsighted. She can't
Noelle
see shit.
is?
Yeah, she is. So she always wears contacts. Like how good LASIK is now, but she's completely freaked out by
Everybody
getting
I've
this.
known that got it,
It's
they always
life-changing.
talk about pre-LASIK.
Yeah.
It's like this pinnacle of their life.
And I literally built a chart, and I was like, "Hey, this is your cost savings over the year because how much you spend on contacts.
Contacts,
Then the
glasses.
glasses, we spend $600 on 2 pairs of glasses, and you're changing your prescriptions. And her doctor just said that she didn't change prescriptions. I think you have to have the same prescription for a year. So she's like, she could get LASIK. And I'm like, let's fucking do it. And,
Laser in your eyeball.
but she's because they do all that weird shit. She's weirded out about it. I don't know how to like.
yeah, but I've never
'cause
heard of somebody like
her
going
quality of life
blind.
after it would be great.
Just take her to vacation to Mexico.
Yeah,
Get
Mexico.
her blackout drunk,
Yeah.
and then surprise! I got you LASIK.
But she doesn't really drink. So
Surprise.
Oh, oops.
hey, take this. It's a vitamin. Your eyes, I can see clearly.
Listen, I found
Mexican LASIK.
This perfect surgeon in Guatemala.
Oh, that's not LASIK. Those are other eyeballs.
yeah.
They replaced your
They
eyes
replaced
with
your
goat
eyeballs
eyes.
with goat eyes. Yeah. I can see, but what the fuck? You're like, yeah.
It's just black and white.
I
And everything
definitely.
looks, and the
If I was
trash
gonna
looks
get
like
new
something I
eyeballs,
wanna
I'd go with
eat.
eagle eyes.
Eagle eyes.
As
yes.
if your optic nerve
Realize.
resonates with how you're supposed to feel. Why am I looking at trash and hungry? Oh, you have goat eyes.
Welcome to Tijuana.
All of a sudden, she has a bunch of ISIS dudes looking at her like, "Ooh, you very pretty girl." I'm like, she's a fucking
I love
woman,
your
not a goat.
eyes. Oh, I love your
Oh,
eyes.
I
Are
love
pretty.
your eyes.
Oh, they're beautiful eyes.
Eagles have the best
Feeky,
eyesight.
feeky donkey.
You freaky,
Sorry.
freaky.
Oh, did I get too
Feeky,
weird?
feeky.
You shake the butt, you freaky, freaky. All right, pull
love
up this
that.
drinking bro of the week
I
before
love
we get
that.
too crazy.
Hey now.
All right, guys, this is from Jaron Wood, and it says, I know you guys get a lot of these, and I'd like to give it a try. I'd like to nominate my grandpa for Drinking Bro. We lost him last night, February 15th, 2018. He was my hero, my teacher, and most of all, he was a Marine. He did his service for the Patriot Guard Riders and saw so many good soldiers to their final resting place. I couldn't have asked for a better man to help lead through my life through. Thanks you guys, and drink on. Well, cheers to
Cheers.
Yeah,
Did
cheers.
he give
cheers
his
to your
name?
grandfather.
Did he give his
No,
grandfather's name?
it's not in there, but
Grandpa Wood.
Grandpa Wood.
Grandpa
yeah.
Wood.
We'll call him.
Cheers.
brothers.
Semper
Cheers.
Fi, Grandpa Wood.
Semper
Cheers.
Fi.
Those are the type of Americans that make this place great, man. We all
Absolutely.
go away in the end, but at the end of the day,
Patriot
it's what
Guard
we do
has
when
been
we're here.
Such a fucking good organization, too.
We should make that shirt.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said at the end, we all go away, but it's a matter of what we do while we're here. It's the truth.
I like it.
Some Johnny Cash shit.
I like it.
Yeah.
Fucking, I love life, man.
It's a
Fucking
good.
love
It's a
it.
good time to be alive, despite all the chaos.
It's always a good time to be alive.
There's
Yeah.
not been a better chance or a better time to ever.
It's the
live
easiest
right
time to
now.
get food.
What? Really?
We were on a really good
Yeah.
thing there.
I'm piggybacking off of Rusty's,
He-
stories.
We came
like,
in the other day and he asked where people were, and I said, well, they were just wrapping up. They were shooting a skit or a piece or content at Arby's, and you should have seen the look on his face. It was like, why wasn't I included in this? That's
We have the meats.
It's me. The look on your
what
face is like,
Arby's?
I will say that Arby's commercial gets me. The we have the meats.
Yeah.
It
we
gets me.
have the
I haven't
meats.
seen that. I don't have TV.
Speaking about we have the meats, we have the Drink Bros. We have Jared Taylor, Bert Koontz, Evan, the Supreme Leader, Hafer. Oh, Supreme Leader!
Good.
And Matt, and of course Ross Patterson. This is Drinking Bros. Goodbye.
Cheers.
Cheers.